How's it going, everybody? I'm Steve and welcome back to my channel. So tonight I'm going to give a recap of everything I bought from Barnes & Noble for the month of July. I'm recording this at the end of the month. The sale ended on July 28th. I actually picked up 15 titles this month, which is technically I think it equals to the most I purchased in a month from Barnes & Noble. I think I may have had one month that was like last year where I purchased 18 titles and like 3 of them were used. So this probably equals what I purchased, the most I purchased ever from Barnes & Noble. And of course, my wish list keeps growing. I've even added some more even just recently. So there's always more to buy. There's almost 1,200 titles in the collection. So it's likely you're never going to run out of movies to purchase, especially when they keep releasing 3 or 4 new titles every month. So it keeps you kind of the fans that like love to collect Criterion. So it just keeps you wanting to buy more, because they keep getting some new great titles, and of course they're upgrading a lot of their Blu-rays to 4K, that kind of stuff. But before I start though, I do want to mention something that Barnes & Noble is doing now. You probably heard about this, but they're actually doing a rewards program. I wish I had done this earlier in the month, because I think somebody asked me like, are you a member? I think that they usually ask you, are you a member? And of course, I think you had to pay like $40 a month to be a member at Barnes & Noble, but this is actually free. The rewards program is free, and it's for every $10 you spend, you actually get a new stamp on your receipt here. And I purchased yesterday. I bought a new fantasy football magazine, and that was like $10, and so I got another stamp for that one. But right now I've got 6 stamps. Obviously, I may purchase something before now and November, when Barnes & Noble usually does their other 50% off sale. So by November, I'm definitely going to have enough punches, enough stamps on my receipt to be able to get $5 off once you get 10 stamps on your receipt. So that can really add up if you buy if you buy like 4Ks, or if you just pay a $20 Blu-ray, you can get it for $15. So it's definitely worth doing it. I wish I had done it sooner. I think somebody asked me, employees have asked me, do you have the rewards program? And I thought they were talking about the membership thing, and I usually like, no, I don't have that. But I wish I had done it earlier, because I did buy one movie that I got $5 off of it last Saturday, a week ago yesterday. But I probably could have gotten another $5 off with all this stuff, because I think the week that I signed up for the rewards program, I think they were doing like triple the points. So for every $10 you spent, you got like three stamps on your receipt. So I wish I had done that sooner, because I probably could have gotten the $10 off for the month. But so tonight I'm not going to give. What I'll do is I'll link the 3 videos I made in July, showing where I do all the posters and put all the spine numbers on stuff on there, or I usually just mention the spine numbers. But tonight I'm not going to do any of that. This is going to be more impromptu, just showing the titles I got for the people that haven't watched the other videos. But some of these were released in July, and or just recently released, like within the last 2 or 3 months. And a lot of these titles are really popular. For July, they were really popular titles. But so I'll just mention these kind of quickly. Just kind of go over these. I've actually watched 14 out of the 15 titles I have here. So, so the first one is Thelma and Louise. This one's really popular. This is on 4K. People were really excited to see this. I hadn't seen this movie since like 1991. So this one's really great to check out again. And I appreciate this movie so much more, now that I'm almost 50 years old. For some reason this movie just means so much more to me now than it did back then, and I can kind of accept the ending a lot better than I could back then. So yeah, Thelma and Louise. Next one is After Hours. Martin Scorsese. Actually, this one was Ridley Scott. This one's Martin Scorsese, After Hours. I had not seen this movie since like 1986, 87, 88, sometime probably late 80s sometime. And I liked it so much more just seeing this now. This is the 4K of it. Griffin Dunn's the star of the movie, and thought he was really good. I think he was also a co-producer of the movie as well. He's a star and co-producer. and he's actually next one I'll talk about here is he's actually a producer on this one as well. The other one is Chilly Scenes of Winter. Griffin Dunn has like a very brief cameo in this movie, and but Griffin Dunn, Amy Robinson, and Mark Metcalf were actually producers on this movie, and this is actually really good. If you see the original, like the extended ending that wasn't in the theatrical version, to me it's so much better than what the original ending was. But the Blu-ray actually has just that original ending. They didn't edit in the extended ending, which was like in 1982 they did like United Artists Classics actually did. They asked the director if she wanted to do a just like redo her movie or add something to her movie, and she said, we actually filmed a different ending or extended ending that wasn't in the theatrical cut, and I'd love to put that in there, and so they did. So I think this movie actually had a different title before too, which I can't recall the title. I'll probably flash that on the screen, but it had a different title in theaters too. So it's completely different. But this is even though the director has passed away now, this is definitely her approved version. The title was her approved, what she wanted originally, and the original extended cut is what she wanted in theaters originally. But definitely have to watch that in the special features to see the extended ending to the movie. But next one, I actually saw this movie in 2020. It's Sound of Metal. I watched this the other night. I think it was Friday night, and it's really great. I mean, Riz Ahmed is really great in the movie. Like I only saw it once in the theater, so it had been like 3 years since I had seen it last, and it's definitely worth owning. It's more of a common title, but definitely worth owning the Criterion. This is the 4K version of it, but yeah, that one. This next one was actually a Peter Bogdanovich movie that I had never seen before. It's Targets. This one was very interesting. It was like 1968. I think this is actually his debut movie, and it's got Boris Karloff is in it. That's him on the poster. Boris Karloff there. It was actually the last movie that he starred in that was released while he was still alive. He had like 2 or 3 movies that were released after he passed away, but this is one that he did before he passed away. But Targets. Next one is a common title that I had not seen since 2019, and it's Uncut Gems. Yeah, it's Adam Sandler. It's from the Safdie brothers. I've got actually I had 2 Safdie brothers movies in my stack here. They have a movie called Good Time that I wish Criterion would release that one too. But this one, it's an A24 title, and it's definitely doesn't have the Hollywood ending that some people would hope for. But definitely this one's definitely a popular title. I saw it in the theater, so definitely that one. This next one is a really popular one to people that collect Criterions. I thought it was good. It's probably something I need to rewatch just to kind of appreciate it more. But it's The Red Shoes. That one, it's about basically, this is like 75 years old, and it's about a ballet dancer that has these red shoes that I guess are kind of I guess they're I don't know, they're kind of evil or something like that. She puts these shoes on and she can't I guess she can't stop dancing. I guess you have to see the movie to see why that's such a bad thing. But this one's this is Martin Scorsese and Thelma Schumacher actually were involved with restoring this movie. It had the original negative was actually 3 negatives, and because this was done in Technicolor, it was like had the red, blue, and green negative, and that they get put together and fed through the machine, and that's how they make in Technicolor. And so I thought they did a good job with restoring this one. A lot of film directors have talked about how much the Red Shoes, how important this was to them. But yeah, you gotta check that one out. Next one is it's a Kurosawa movie. It's a Thorn of Blood. I just watched this last night, and yeah, I didn't think it was quite as good as Seven Samurai, but I definitely want to get more Kurosawa. I think he has like 6 titles in the collection, and yeah, the Hidden Fortress is one I definitely want to get probably in November. But that's one was really good though. Next one is one that's very very similar to Doctor Strange Love, only a darker version of that, but it's Failsafe from Sidney Lumet. Definitely have to check this one out. Like I said, it's much darker than Doctor Strange Love, and it was released the same year. It was actually released like I don't know 4 or 5 months after Doctor Strange Love was, and I think that Stanley Kubrick actually argued that he wanted his movie released before this one because he knew the very similar subject matter. But damn, Failsafe is good too though. It's a I don't like it as much as Doctor Strangelove, but it's definitely it's a must own if you have Criterion a collection. You definitely need to check this one out. Next one is like I say a Japanese horror movie, which wasn't as scary as I was hoping it would be, but it's a House or Hausu. This one's a very low budget Japanese movie. It's I thought some of the special features were good on it. I wish it would have had like a commentary. It would have been nice, but it is a wacky movie. It's something I need to rewatch to just kind of appreciate it more. I think if it would have had a commentary, I probably could have gotten into it even more. Just a second watch, just getting maybe someone kind of explaining some things to it. But it's a very simple title, a simple storyline. But yeah, definitely I would still recommend it though if you collect Criterions. Get that one. Next one, it's starring Muhammad Ali. It's When We Were Kings. This was really fun to watch. It's from 1974. Is when the Rumble in the Jungle is what they called this fight between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman, and it's good. It's got some nice special features in it. I think it was released in 1996. I think in my video before I said 1986, but it was actually released in 1996. And yeah, so definitely if you're a Muhammad Ali fan, definitely worth getting that. I love the colors on this the front of this Blu-ray here. So next one is from David Cronenberg. This definitely one I wish I had researched more about William S. Burroughs before I saw this, but it's a movie is Naked Lunch. Really interesting. It's Peter Weller. If you've ever seen RoboCop, he's RoboCop. He's the star. It's a bizarre movie, but I think if I watch it again, I think I'll like it even more. I watched it with a commentary, so if I get another watch, I'll know what to expect, and then I'd probably enjoy it a little bit more. Next one is a French film. It's one I had rented and checked out from the library before, but it's Eyes Without a Face. But this one I do enjoy it. It's not quite like a horror movie. It's more creepy than it is horror. But yeah, definitely I would recommend it though. Like I said, I don't try to push too many foreign films on people, but I'd say this is my opinion on getting foreign films. You should definitely, especially if you're an American collector, definitely start with the titles that you love. The ones that I think that are safer bets. And then, just like I did, start with the safer titles, and then eventually kind of branch out into foreign films if you want to do that. I try not to push foreign films to people. I talk to Movies with Sue. We talked about this where she's not really big on foreign films, and people give her trouble about that on her YouTube videos because she doesn't like it. I say get the movies you love. There's like I said, 1,200 titles. In the collection, it's like you're not going to like everything. There are some people that collect all Criterions. They just collect Criterions just to collect them. Not necessarily because they love all of them. I don't think they're all 5-star movies necessarily. But like I said, once you get get all the really popular titles out of the way, eventually you kind of have to branch out, or you might want to branch out. You don't have to. Because you can find like silent movies later on. You can go back and look at black and white movies, old 40s, 50s movies. You can go start researching that. And, there's so many different avenues you can take as far as collecting the Criterion collection. So you don't have to do foreign films, but like I said, the Asian cinema. I definitely want to get more Kurosawa. Like I said, So I think those Japanese movies are really easy to follow. The storylines are not too difficult. You can kind of follow them. Throne of Blood was a little bit different, more of like a fantasy movie in some ways, but based on like a Macbeth play. But like I said, maybe eventually you might want to try foreign films, but I wouldn't push that on anybody. I wouldn't say, oh, I might say if you do like foreign films, maybe you want to try this out, but I wouldn't push it on people because to me, it's not about making people feel uncomfortable. It's about inviting people into the collection and not making feel intimidated that that they're not getting all the really like fancy titles that are foreign films and stuff like that. Don't make people feel guilty about buying the movies that they bought, because it's all about buying Criterions for me, But the next one is another one from the Safdie brothers. It's Daddy Longlegs, and I didn't realize when I saw this. This one doesn't have a commentary, but I found out that this is about the Safdie brothers' father, basically Daddy Longlegs, and I guess some of this stuff is true. I guess stuff that he did back then when they were kids, and he wouldn't have won like Father of the Year back then. He was not that good of a father. I assume later on he probably was a better father to the kids, later. But I still like this movie though. It's got Ronald Bronstein. He actually did a movie called Frownland, which is also in the collection. I found out later after I saw this movie. Because I didn't know that when I did my video last time. Didn't realize that he was also a director that did that movie. That's also in the collection. Frownland is a movie, but yeah, it's a movie. This one's probably gonna have to grow on me because I like Uncut Gems a lot more and Good Time a lot more than this one. But it's definitely something. If you have Uncut Gems, I think it'd be great to get this one too in the collection. But and the last one is actually the only one I have not watched, but I actually have seen this movie in the theater years ago. I think 2006, but it's Pan's Labyrinth. It's the only one I haven't gotten to yet, but obviously I'm going to get to them. I don't let my Criterion sit on the shelf and not get watched. I watch them all, but I just haven't gotten to this one yet. With 15 titles, it's hard to get to all of them, before you do all your videos. But I definitely will watch it. It's Guillermo del Toro. And I also want to get Chronos and The Devil's Backbone as well. Those two titles are also in the Criterion collection. So yeah, definitely want to watch this one next. But that's all I have though. It's all 15 titles I got in the month of July. It was a great month. I really didn't buy anything else in July. I wanted to focus on Criterions for the month. But also, Barnes & Noble, they also do Arrow Video as well. And they'll usually do a sale on those too. So look out for that, maybe in October or November. Like I said, Barnes & Noble, they do their 50% off sale of Criterions, and they usually do those in July and November. So I'll be looking forward to November's sale as well to get some more Criterions and eventually get those other two, the other 4 stamps for my receipt so I can get another $5 off. But that's all I have for you tonight. Let me know if you bought any of these titles in July, or if you already own these titles before the Barnes & Noble sale. Let me know. Please put a thumbs up on this video if you like this content, and have a great one. Thank you. Bye.